this is something that I've been at and we've been at for a pretty long time. Been sailing full time for 2 years now, and sailing the 49er before that. This is I guess my 6th or 7th year sailing the boat. So it's been a long road, but the Olympic trials are now less than 6 months away. The first regatta is the Sail for Gold regatta in June. It's an international event, just like every other event we sail pretty much on, and it's on the Sailing World Cup. Weymouth is where the games are going to be in 2012, so that's why the U.S. chose to put part of the trials there. You have to show that you can perform at the site of the Olympics. Second part of it is December 2011. That's the Open ISA, or International Sailing Federation World Championship. So all the Olympic classes will be there. It's all those classes worlds for that year, which the worlds are the biggest event for any Olympic class in any year except for the Olympics. I'm sorry, the Olympic year. The Olympic year, it's not the worlds that are the biggest event in the Olympics, but every other year it's the worlds. So that's kind of the reason they chose that event. You have to perform under pressure, big stage. It's 50-50 on both regattas, and it's low point scoring. So say we get 5th at Sail for Gold in June, the other team gets 15. We have a 10-point lead going into the Worlds. So that's how it works, and it's this year. It's coming right up. So that's our goal for this year, is to make sure that we're in London in August of 2012. I say London, but we're actually in Weymouth. It's 3 hours southwest of London, which that's actually pretty good. In Qingdao, where the sailing was, that was a 3-hour plane ride from Beijing. So we're used to not being included. We're not going to sail on the Thames though, so on the Thames. So this is kind of what we've accomplished. We are like I said, we're the number 1 team on the number 1 49er team on the U.S. sailing team Alpha Graphics. These are kind of some results we're proud of over the past year. We got 24th in the Worlds. That was only our 2nd World Championship. The previous year we got 39th, and that was only 6 months prior, because this was an early World Champion, so we made a big jump then. A year ago we were the top North American team at the North Americans. 10th, that was our first medal race on the Sailing World Cup. So like I said, the top 10 boats get into the medal race. That was our first one. We finished 10th, but got to start somewhere. Sail Melbourne, we're really proud of that finish. That just happened this past December. We actually we won that medal race as well, so we were pretty happy about that. I can tell another story, and I will tell another story. Going into the medal race in Sail Melbourne, we were more that boat ahead. But the guys behind us were much closer than we were in Miami. They had to put, I think, 4 boats between us. The guys right behind us, now that I've said that, are Nathan Outeridge and Ian Jensen from Australia, Nathan won silver in the 49er in 08, and Nathan won the Worlds in 08, and Nathan and Ian, he was with a different crew then, but Nathan and Ian won the Worlds in 09. And since 08, up until this regatta, they had lost once to anybody. So they came at us at the start and were tailing us and trying to get us out of the race. So we did a bunch of circles with them, kind of tortoise in the hair, chasing around, get to the starting line, and we got off and we're okay, but not great. Eventually, they start edging out on us. So we tacked away. We said, okay, we got to separate a little bit, come back so we can cover them. Separate a little bit. Before you know it, look, there's a big righty puff, and there we go. So, as you have seen, luck does play a little bit of part of this, but you got to be opportunistic. Somebody recently told me there's no such thing as luck, there's being opportunistic. So, I like that, and that's what I'm going with. So we went out, we passed 2 more boats in that race, and we won, and Nathan ended up, 6th in the race, and we extended our lead and ended up 3rd. That was our first podium finish at any well, first a note on this whole Sailing World Cup that you've been hearing about. Has anyone ever heard of the Skiing World Cup? It's on TV sometimes. They go to all these different mountains and they race throughout the season. Sailing World Cup's the same thing. I think they kind of modeled it off that. This is the first, I think this is the second quad with the, this is the first quad with the World Cup put together by ISAF. And they did it to kind of connect, there used to be a disconnect. There was the Olympics. It was almost like swimming. There's the Olympics, then nobody knew, and then the Olympics, and then nobody knew. So they're trying to put the athletes in front of, in front of the fans, in front of everybody for 4 years, and it's working pretty well. There's seven regattas. It's starts in Australia at Sail Melbourne, actually in December. So we were just there for the start of it. Then it goes to Miami in January. We were just there, and then there's 5 regattas in Europe. Sailing is a very Eurocentric sport, so we spend a lot of time in Europe. The first one is in Palma de Mallorca in Spain in the beginning of April. Second one is in Hyères, France, which is right near Marseille on the Mediterranean. That's all at the end of April. The next one is in Medemblik in the Netherlands in May, which is a very nice place to sail. You can smell the lefties. Anybody guess why you can smell the lefties? Cows. There's a lot of cows and a lot of windmills in the Netherlands. Then the next event this year, it got moved up. Normally the next event is in Kiel, Germany, and during Kiel Week, which is one of the largest festival weeks or festivals in all of Europe. There's millions of people in the city, and there happens to be a sailing around it, so that's kind of cool. A lot of people come out to watch that one. The medal race had a helicopter last year, and one of the lured marks was actually a raft with a guy with a video camera recording people as they went around. And then the last one that got moved up this year is Sail for Gold in Weymouth. So at Sail Regattas, you get to drop 1 or 2 and they record all your scores. If you get first, you get 20 points, down to 1 for 20th. So right now, those are the standings. As you can see, we actually are the only ones in the top 10 who did both regattas, but we'll take it. And we have a head start. So that's at sailing.org/World Cup. I hope you follow along. So enough about that schedule and everything. This is probably what y'all are most interested in is this 49er. We sail the most exciting boat in the Olympics. We're not ashamed to say it. And if you ask any of the people that sail other boats in the Olympics, they'll probably tell you the same thing. So they're not afraid to hear it either. It's very fast. We go up to the record. The speed record last year was 26.8 knots going downwind. Normally we'll match the wind speed going downwind, and we'll go up to maybe 13, 14 knots upwind. So we're fast. Tacking angles aren't that great, but it doesn't matter. We're going fast. As you saw in that video, we're both on a trapeze. Actually, I brought some show and tell here. This is my harness. I spend a lot of time in it, so as you can see, it's pretty heavily customized. But wear this, put this on over my shoulders, tighten it down a little bit, get this really tight. I want to have the ring pretty much as low as possible because it gives me more ability to torque my body, which we do a lot of depending on how many waves and things there are. So that's the harness. I also actually am kind of in the market for a new one.